And we're back. You're tuned in to Sport Federation TV, the show that's brought to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sports Confederation. I'm Linyukta Chetty, and right now in studio, all the way from the Cape Winelands, we have Mario Opperman, who's here to tell us about the world of volleyball. Welcome, Mario. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, well, you look like a volleyball player, but you obviously have other roles, other hats that you wear in Cape Winelands volleyball. Tell us about that.
Yes, my role is in the Cape Winelands Volleyball Federation or Union. I am the technical officer, so that role is basically just to make sure that the technical side of the game is covered, and that venues are covered, the venues are ready for play when needs to, and also some other some other few stuff in there, but just basically just to make sure that the game can be played.
Okay. Now, as a technical officer, my understanding would be you're kind of in charge of making sure that there's fair play and that the environment is conducive for play.
Yes, sometimes it can be a bit challenging.
Yes.
In terms of there's a lot that needs to happen, and the games need to flow, and we can't waste too much time between matches and stuff. So sometimes refereeing might be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, teams feel they are being unfairly treated and those type of stuff. So there might be disputes that you need to handle on the spot as well. So yeah, it can be a bit challenging.
Yes, I'm sure. But volleyball is such a popular sport worldwide and amongst most age groups. Most people get introduced to it in their school years already. Now, having this wide structure, international structure, do you guys get support from international committees to, say, for example, guide your technical official capacity?
You are right in saying that it's a very popular sport internationally, but when we get to a national level, the volleyball is getting more attention now. But then if you filter it down to your province and your district, and then going into your towns, that's where the popularity in the sport actually dwindles down. So coming from the grassroots, it becomes difficult for teams to start up or to even sustain themselves. But volleyball is a very it's an enjoyable game as well.
Addictive game.
It definitely.
Yes.
So volleyball over the it's just coming up again, but it died almost completely died out because of lack of funding and those type of stuff. But with volleyball coming back now, there's an excitement again with people who's been playing the game basically over the past 10-15 years just for the fun of it or the love of it, or just to keep fit, or pastime, if you want to call it that way. And now that volleyball has been given this new life, I would say there is an excitement, and I can even say that teams are growing, clubs are growing faster than what the union can support and help. So it's something nice. So we really work on developing and getting the game up there again. So most of the clubs in the union, a big focus for them is developing. Most are going back to the schools, primary schools, to get the ball rolling again, to get the schools.
And most of the time, the kids just need to try it and they'll love it. Hey.
That's it.
Yeah.
Most of them, once they start, you can't get them.
And
them
it's a relatively inexpensive sport compared to the other sports out there. Hey.
Definitely, you just need a net basically and a ball.
And a court.
Yes, and a court. Once you go higher, then it becomes a bit more expensive, because now you need to travel. Now you need gear. If you need equipment, you'll be talking. If you want to enhance your performance, you'll need to get all those type of training equipment and stuff.
But there is some pretty big perks for those children and adults that excel in volleyball. Tell us a little bit about that. What kind of opportunities are there for them in the country and also internationally?
Definitely at the moment in the country, since there is funding available, I know that if you play for the provincial side, for the Western Cape side, there is some kind of a monetary benefit in it. So that is for the first time we don't have to just play for the love of it, but we can play for something. And then just on the other thing as well is that we can now be recognized internationally as well. Yes. Through this new structures.
Okay. Well, you know, Cape Winelands is definitely one of the most beautiful places in our country, if not Africa and the world, but it's also riddled with a lot of social ills, and it's particularly challenging to get the children to a space where they are going to compete in sports, in all the sports, and that's a running theme from your other sport colleagues that I've met. What are some of the challenges that you face in your sport with the kids?
Because when we started our club, one of our things were going back to a school or adopting a school. So we went back to a school, to a primary school, and the problems or the things that we see there, basically it's most of them, they come out of households that they doesn't have that much. So what we've seen is, first of all, they don't have the right attire or you know, shoes or training gear, which is one of the biggest ones. But then just coming, when these kids come, you can see that's it's a way out for them, or it's a time where they can just be kids.
It's a happy place.
They can just be kids again and just enjoy and play ball and whatever it is. So the thing that gets our community the most, you know, it's drug abuse, and not just drug abuse, but alcohol abuse and abuse in the house as well. And volleyball once again is gonna offer them that. And I mean, for me, volleyball was that.
A shot at something more.
Exactly, hey? Exactly. And for me, volleyball, when I started, I could, you know, now I could go places, I could go and see other things, and I could meet new people. And for me, that was an outlet. And now we want to offer that to those kids as well.
Mario, how long have you been involved with the youth development programs in the Cape Winelands area?
Outside of volleyball, I've been playing volleyball since '98, so it's about 20 years now.
And you've mentored some children as well?
Definitely, yes, a number of them, and especially not just volleyball. There's a lot of other kids out there that has talent, and some of them they just need a hand and someone to just say,
someone
listen,
to believe in them.
Listen,
hey.
just I know you have it, and you can do it. That's basically it. And I've been just in the community as well for the last 5-6 years as well.
What is some of the amazing effects, except for the fact that the children, notably any sport they play, their sport is the happy place for a lot of these kids who come from difficult home and social contexts. What are some of the benefits you see for these children who get involved with a sport like volleyball?
Volleyball has always been in our country, or if I can say in the Cape Winelands area, it's always been a social type of sport. And now we are trying, especially our club, we are changing that. We are saying, listen, at school, primary school, high school, you can play. It's going to be more social. But with our club starting, we are now focusing on putting a professional edge to it. And now we're saying to the kids, listen now, if you come out and if we see you do really well and you have talent, we're going to scout you and we're going to take you in, and we're going to get you to the next level. So,
but the important thing is you must work hard to reap the rewards. Hey,
definitely hard work, and for any team, if you want to make it bigger in sport, hard work is the only thing that's going to get you there, basically.
Yeah. And when you teach hard work, you're teaching so many other life lessons as well. Hey, that's the discipline and the focus and the commitment that comes with it.
Definitely, especially listening. You know, kids don't want to listen, and when you get to any type of sport, if you want to play professionally, you need to listen well, and you need to listen, take in, and then you need to action. You need to perform the action. So that is one of the big things that kids are actually realizing. Listen, I need to listen. I need to listen. And
when people say listening is a skill, it's not a joke. It's an actual fact. Listening is definitely a skill.
Definitely, because when you're playing and when you're on the court and the coach is next to it and he says you one thing, then you need to know what he means, and you need to do what he says.
Yes, and listening is also the basis of most types of learning. Hey, so then it will translate to their schoolwork as well. Definitely. Mario, what is the name of your club?
Our club, I started it in August last year, and our club is named Breda Valley Ballers Volleyball Club.
Breda Valley Ballers Volleyball Club.
Yes.
Okay, do you have a Facebook page?
We have a Facebook page. You can go and check it out. That's the name of our Facebook page. We're just starting out with our YouTube channel. We have a couple of other interviews that we've just completed shooting it, and it will be on there soon. This interview will also be on there. We'll also be featuring there. So what we've done, and not just us, you can go onto most of the other clubs' Facebook pages now, and they are really active on Facebook, and you can really see what they are doing. So that is something great. So for us, we're focusing on social media and try to get the sport out there, and to try to get more people to see what's happening in the sport.
And sometimes people just need to know that that's happening.
Exactly, and we've had a number of people requesting or asking, can they come and join us, based on seeing that the volleyball is alive, and the fact that we are really trying to up the level of the game as well, and not just try to play the game for the sake of playing it.
Well, Mario, it's really inspiring to see how much of passion you have for your sport, but even more how much of passion you have to provide this opportunity to the children in Breda Valley area. We wish you all the best, and may your club grow from strength to strength.
Thank you so much.
All right, and there you have it, Breda Valley Ballers Volleyball Club in the Cape Winelands. If you are capable of assisting this club in any way to bring opportunities to the youth in the Cape Winelands area, please get in touch with them on their Facebook page. After the break, we'll be back with another amazing sport from the Western Cape.